we're here. Something is wrong. Let's clear out these kobolds first. The Alpha, he seems wormy. Decent enough, though. And can't deny that magic's useful to have in a fight against these bastards. A dark place, that. I heard about it during my time in the Warsworn. It's meant to keep that thing in. Would avoid it if I could. It's in these tunnels, but something happened here. It looks like we've got to deal with these kobolds before anything else. They must be of the Testament, which means they encountered Tears, and they fought it out. We better see if Tears made it out alive. I don't know for sure. locked tight. We'll have to find the bodies of Alces and Bertza to unlock it. We'd better start looking. If you see a body that looks like one of my crew, give me a shout and I'll come over. I can't believe they're actually dead. It looks like they made a stand against the Testament. I don't know. We'll just have to search them. If you see a body that you think might have belonged to my group, point it out and I'll try to identify it. This is a stranger's face. They weren't a part of my crew. I don't know them. Probably one of those damn Testament fools. I don't know them. Probably one of those... Another member of the Testament. Looks like they've reached their coveted paradise. Bertza. She was just a mercenary looking for easy gold. Didn't know the job would end like this. But here's our combination anyway. It's Alces. I didn't know him well, but he didn't deserve to die like this. Looks like he has his part of the combination still. Let's get that door open. If Tears is on the other side, then we have to make sure he's all right. We have all the parts of the combination. Alces was southwest-west, Bertz's was southeast-north, and mine was northeast. If we put those parts in the right order, it should open the door. It's Tears. We're already too late. I don't know. Tears never ran from a fight in his life. It's almost like he locked himself in here on purpose. Why? If he knew he was dead, why go through the trouble of hiding in here? Unless to keep the Testament from getting the treasure. Wait, did you hear that? The Testament's come. settled. My crew got the door open, the Testament came in, tried to take the ring, and ushered everyone into paradise. Damn fools. We only came here for the money. It's all we wanted. Yet Tears kept the ring from them. He thought it was more important than his life. Why? The Testament's done enough. I'll make sure they never repeat what they did here. Take the ring. I no longer want it. I'll see you at camp.
Yes? What do you need? Have you found Geran? He must be in here somewhere. The testament is drawn to this place.
So you're the one my brother dragged here. Why? Did he tell you to save me from the Testament's influence? You are both fools. I joined of my own volition. Do you need proof? Look to the bodies at your feet. You gaze upon my work. Because they offered me what no one else could. A chance to grow. To do what has never been done. I always wanted control, and the Testament will supply me with all the subjects I require. You are correct. I am better than the rest of the Testament. Being a servant of Balin has made me more powerful than ever.
I did not think Geraint's resolve could fall so fast. You heard what he said. Ferragnus, waking? There is more to the Testament's presence here. In Geraint's name we must find what they want.
You've got my thanks for helping me in the Galette tunnels, but it looks like we haven't seen the last of the Testament.
You have come back. There is work yet to do in these marches, I think. The Testament is not beaten yet.
Yes. So you're the Dreg Colm found gutting the Testament. Good for him, I say. Looks like you can do some damage. Name's Eighth. Black Eighth to some. If you're half as skilled as Colm says, then I'd like to make an arrangement with you. Eighth Dunbert is dead. She was killed 2 years ago when the Testament burned her farm to nothing. I'm now the fury and vengeance of all the Testament's victims, and I have come to collect. He's quiet, probably knows all his letters by the looks of him, more at home in a library than these ruins. He's earnest enough, but who knows whether he can hold his own in a fight. I'm not much on history, but from what I've seen, that ruin sprawls under the whole canyon. If you see a place you can't get to over land, odds are the tomb will get you to it. A cowardly man. A few battles don't make a warrior. He may find something to fight for, then again, he might not. Was a nice place to be once, before the Testament decided to move in. The Testament has swept through the Feylands like wildfire. A few years back, they came to my farm, salted the earth, left not a stone standing. They tore my husband to pieces in front of me. Their mistake was to let me live. I have a chance to make them suffer, and my plan takes two. I don't rightly know, Dreg. Why don't you go ask them? Sorry. The Testament, they believe death to be salvation for all. But though they killed my family, they let me live. The bastards thought I would join their cult. Good, but we're not just going to hunt them down. We'll poison a few, and then dump the bodies into the Testament's water supply. When those bastards start choking on their own water, they'll regret letting me live. Their water flows from a cistern nearby. We'll need to go through the tomb of Aragnos to reach it. I'll meet you in the ruins. I want to poison a few of these Testament bastards and dump their bodies into the cistern. That'll corrupt the cult's water supply. When they're inside, start to burn. When they see the corpses of their brethren tainting the water, I want them to remember the life they took from me. We need to get to the Testament's cistern. It's their only water supply in the marches. Once we find it, we'll poison it. But I want to poison it with the bodies of their dead. We poison any Testament we see and knock their bodies into the cistern. Okay, now that we're in the tomb, we have to make our way to the cistern. Never quite knew much about this Feragnos, or why it was entombed here, but if the Testament want it, it can't be good. Then it's finished. In a few hours, those bastards will know what we did here. That's it then. 2 years of planning, of tracking, finished. I didn't know what would happen, but I don't feel anything. I've killed how many of the Testament, and I feel nothing at all. You're right. I didn't murder them so that they could find salvation. I only wanted justice. I didn't know what the Testament was up to when I first came, but I found these on one of the ones I killed. I don't know much about this Niskaru Feragnos, but the Testament is interested in him. From now on, I'll keep 2 eyes on their doings.
I can see in your eyes that you have come to the same conclusion we have. Thank the gods. The Testament is on the cusp of raising the Niskaru Lord, Feragnos. When they do, all of Detir will be plunged into flame. I would be lying if I said her rage did not frighten me. I heard the Testament left her alive to suffer with deep wounds of grief. I think they will regret their decision. Agreed. Unfortunately, we are too late. The beast has already entered this world. I can sense its presence. But Feragnos is weak now. It will take some time for him to develop, to mature. We should strike while we have the chance. Given enough time, Feragnos will develop into a full Niskaru Lord. But while in a juvenile state, it is vulnerable. We just have to get there and hope we are strong enough to fight it. It seems that Feragnos has housed itself in the complex at the end of the canyon. The only way in is through the catacombs of his tomb. We will meet you in there. Now, let us move.
Now is not a good time, but what do you need? The Olmane? She's fair to look at, to be sure, but I'd wager it's safer to take a greatsword into your bed than her. It's in the Arathi complex in the end of the canyon. We'll need to use the tomb of Feragnos to reach it.
This isn't really a good time, Dreg. What's needed? We go to the bastard's tomb. The only way to do that's to make it through the complex in the eastern end of the canyon.
Curse it all. The Testament was cleverer than I gave them credit for. From the look of things, this door will only open if someone is standing on the switch back there. We don't have time to break down the door. Someone is going to have to stay behind to keep this open. Unwise. We all have some experience in combat, but you have the most by far. You have to face Veragnos. Very well. You have to keep going and stop Veragnos before it is too late. I will be fine, truly. Time runs short. Let us speak quickly. It appears he is incubating in the Arathi complex at the end of the canyon. We need to make it through the tomb of Veragnos to get there.
still standing, and Faragnos has fallen. We struck a mighty blow here, Dreg, but the Testament's still out there, planning more atrocities, more murder. They won't try resurrecting this thing again, not under my eye. Now I'm getting out of here. It's calmed down somewhat, but that tomb of Faragnos is a beacon to the Testament. Don't know if there will ever be true peace.
Faragnos sleeps the long sleep now, but I will remain here and bear the vigil over the Testament. I don't know what the future holds for the Marchers, but it's my duty to make sure that Faragnos never gets another chance.
In my hand.
As beams of light amidst darkness, we saw it. The eternal clash between the structures of order and shadows of chaos. Slowly, despite their struggles, the war gave way to the grass and the sway of trees in the breeze. The land was cursed by the plague brought on by the Niskaru, but life gives way to death, as death will birth new life. There was one. It would stare from the darkness and smile. It waited there with minions by its side. It was a demon thing, basking in eternal chaos, roaring beside the cries of its victims. The ones who came before faced and vanquished it. They saved the children of dust from a writhing torment.
Do you not see? The hells have come for you and I. Do not sleep. Do not run. Bury yourself. Dig into the earth. Cover yourself with dirt. Cover yourself. Dig beneath the worms, beneath the sand, or the fires consume you. They call the demon back to wreak the havoc of ancient doom. It comes! Dig!
Welcome to the Oasis of Ingress, where the divine voice of ready to
You there! The arena needs another competitor to round out the next match. The tournament can't go on until we have a leader for the Crows. If you trust in your fighting skills, there are vast riches to be won here at Valor Arena. I manage the fighters here at Valor Arena, and for the most part I make the matches. Best job in the world, far as I'm concerned. All the fans of the arena would kill for a chance to put their dream matches together. I do it every day. The Crows are always a massive allure for business. The champion doesn't want the tournament to go on until we find a leader for them. It's a testament to mortal fortitude and ambition. It was originally Fae, but it passed to us through their own silly rites when Throth Magnus defeated their champion. It pulls in a lot of revenue for the arena and doubles as a tavern. Well, as I said, the arena needs another fighter to start the next match. What do you say? You look like you could hold your own in a fight. Well, you know where to find me if you change your mind. We can't proceed without another gladiator. I hope to see you fight. You certainly look like you belong here. Is an easy way to make money if you can fight. An easy way to die too.
Hey there. Do you have any weapons that need maintaining? I'll get it done cheap, and I'll get it done well. She sells armor on Valor grounds. It's adequate equipment, but her pieces don't compare to my handiwork. I challenge you to find a better blacksmith in the region. The pieces Thora sells are adequate, I suppose. But if you ever buy anything from her, you best let me reinforce it before you go into battle. Magnus knew a good find when he saw one. Paid for my daughter and myself to come from Dalentarth to maintain his gladiator's equipment. It's where I make my living, so I can't help but think fondly of it. And my daughter loves it here. They gave me a job when Magnus realized having the best blacksmith in the land on hand would let him make money off of the competitors too. Not much there for me, but I've heard the gamblers think I have a profound effect on the outcome of matches. If a gladiator has the gold to afford my repairs, I may bet his way. Now, Valor gamblers aren't known for their intelligence, but that seems pretty smart.
Can heal any wound. Well, hello there. Are you suffering from anything, warrior? Festering wound? Magical burns? Good old-fashioned sword stabbing? I've got a poultice for that. A pleasure. Aches and pains? Ringing in the ears? Anything you can't sleep off, I've got a potion for. It's a veritable gold mine. The fighters here are most appreciative of salves and poultices. They pay me an arm and a leg to make sure they keep their arms and legs. I don't have much use for the den. It attracts all manner of riffraff, none of whom have much need for poultices. A fate weaver named Franz Engelhardt has made the den his home. However, I hear he makes good gold off the gladiators and gamblers.
Hey there, stranger. You look like you've seen some combat. Care to take a look at the highest quality armor this side of Tatir? They say he's an excellent sage-crafter, but why would you need sage-crafting when you can buy the finest armor ever made? From me, of course. Look, Apulos over there would have you believe he can fix any suit of armor better than it was when you bought it. I'm telling you, unless you're wearing Tuatha Prismere you stole off the war front, you're going to want one of my pieces instead. Hacken's the blacksmith here. I wouldn't recommend him for repairs when you could just buy better equipment straight from me. I've not found a better place in Detir to sell my pieces. The customers truly appreciate my work. Understandable, considering the life expectancy of a gladiator. It's like fighting a war in that arena. Unless gambling's an interest of yours, I'm afraid you won't find much there. Some brave gamblers make a living out of the den. Our resident fate weaver, Franz Engelhardt, makes his perch there. It seems like only the gamblers and gladiators have found a use for him, though.
Welcome. Any socketed gems I can remove for you? I'm the best sagecrafter you'll find in these parts. With the arena dominated by physical fighting, you'd be surprised how far a little magic will take you. There isn't a better place in all of Detir to make a living. Can you imagine the work it must take to make a mine profitable? At Valor Arena, if you're good with a blade, can cast a little magic or have some coin to begin with, you're off to a good start. He goes by the name of Franz Engelhardt. I'm as distrustful of him as I am of all of those in his profession. Fate weavers do little good for society. But of course gamblers are just the type of people to throw their money at them. You'll not find me there. Its patrons are too unruly for my liking. And a fate weaver makes his living there as well. All the more reason to avoid it.
That's doubly true in the arena.
Welcome, gladiator.
I like working the den. Keeps me out of that damned Detir sun.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it.
I'm counting the drinks before she falls over.
This is an ancient
I heard the tournament won't continue until the Crows get a new member.
She's not a very good dancer, but I needed something to watch between matches.
Welcome to the gambling den. Hail, warrior. You new to these parts? I haven't seen you around before. Can I get you something to drink? We have all kinds of flammable liquids. Well, I've worked in the gambling den since its establishment. I serve the best cocktails this side of Detir, and all bets happen through me. He's the current grand champion, and the son of the last one. Brutal fighter, but he loves money. He's made changes to this place that have brought in much revenue. Well, the Crows need one more member to form a complete team, and the champion doesn't want the match to go on until they find someone. The crows are always a money-making attraction. You will never find another place on Amalur is infused with the spirit of competition. We make the careers of gladiators and gamblers both, and they love us for it. You'll get a different story depending on who you ask, especially some of the older fighters. But I'm glad his time is over. When Hroth was champion, it wasn't a business. Just people bloodying each other for no reason. Where is Hroth now? Dead and gone. His son, Tyr, defeated him in battle to become the reigning champion. Helga's my best customer. When she's not fighting in the arena, she's here, drinking. They say, and this is only a rumor, mind you, that her magic is fueled by alcohol. The more she drinks, the more fire she hurls. She inspires the local drunks to make something of themselves. We've got a lot of local drunks. Sorry, I'm not currently able to accept any bets. The tournament's been delayed. I'll take your wager as soon as they find some poor fool to join the crows. Oh, I just work here. Tyr Magnus, the arena champion, funds this establishment. Business boomed the moment we opened our doors. The location is perfect, and we're patronized by the audience and the gladiators both. The fighters always need a drink before a match, and ideally afterwards, too. Of course, Helga outdrinks them all. They fight with only 2 gladiators at a time. It's an arena tradition dating back to Hroth Magnus's time. Who knows what the twisted reasoning behind it was? But today, it sells seats. A gladiator is forced to join the crows when she finds herself the last surviving member of her team at the end of a match. They're considered a team in disgrace, and have the odds stacked against them in every match. It's an arena tradition dating back to Hroth Magnus's time. Ishara knows what the twisted reasoning behind it was. But today, it sells seats. We're not taking bets right now, but we will as soon as the I don't know why, but I find Helga Swanwhite's perpetual drunkenness particularly attractive.
You new here? Haven't seen you around before. You here to watch or fight? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a fan. A fan who makes a mother load off these guys. Valor practically pays my bills. Whether it's putting your money or your life on the line, Valor Arena allows people to live on the edge. In this place, you can win or lose everything, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Dreams are made in this place, Gladiator. Rarely can one be rewarded so handsomely for an educated guess.
Franz Engelhardt, Fate Weaver extraordinaire at your service. Well, this is most unusual. I cannot glimpse your fate. I look at you and all I see is a void. I've read the fates of these newest crows. They are doomed. The champion is looking for a 4th member, a new leader, so that the tournament can continue. No matter who they find, the outcome for the team remains the same. Your fate remains hidden from me still, so I would caution you not to join them if you harbor such thoughts. Valor Arena has been kind to this Fate Weaver, given me a steady source of income by way of gladiators and gamblers. I spend my days here dispensing fortunes to the gladiators and gamblers, for a hefty price, of course. You'll be surprised how often they try to take their frustrations with destiny out on me. Over time, I've learned to defend myself. Not all of them trust in my abilities, but those who do pay handsomely for my services. Whether their fate is favorable to them is beyond my concern. You'll find all manner of fans and gamblers here, all of whom I can turn into gold in my pocket on a good day. Your lack of fate is most unsettling.
My, hello. Grab a drink.
If you're here to bet, you're out of luck. A fighter is forced to join the Crows if they are the last surviving member of their team after a match. It's a long-standing tradition that keeps the tournament going as gladiators inevitably fall. Why would we keep fighting them? Well, we have our pride, and I wouldn't have signed up for this if I didn't think I could win it in the end. The tournament's an annual affair, and a team named the Crows always makes an appearance. A gladiator becomes a crow if she loses all of her teammates in an arena fight and manages to escape with her life. It's seen as a disgrace, you see. When 4 crows are identified, they're pulled together to form a new team. This year, a 4th crow hasn't yet appeared. This is the House of Valor. You won't find another place in Amalur quite like this. Nothing is sacred here. Your competition is out to maul you, and the management likes it that way. Especially the champion, nasty man. If Valor weren't the only arena on the continent, I'd have taken off a long time ago. All I know is that the Fae built this place centuries ago, and Hroth Magnus took it from them. Amalur's better for it, as far as I'm concerned. I watched his last match the day I joined the arena. He was one of the most impressive brute force fighters I have ever seen. Until his son managed to land the killing stroke. His father tossed him about the place like a rag doll. It was odd. Sure, he was old, but in his final moments I thought he looked ill. Before I got my start here, I'd been studying at the Scholia Arcana. I was quite good at affecting arcane explosions, but I found myself uniquely blocked. I realized I had to be less than sober to effectively cast spells, so I drank. They kicked me out for excessive abuse of drink, called me dangerous and a degenerate. I couldn't help it if alcohol gave me a certain clarity. No one in the arena gives me guff about it, and if they do, they stop as soon as I set them on fire. It's like a second home. Oh, I don't bet, but it's the only place on the grounds one can find a proper drink. Adrian gives me a free drink for every 10 that I buy. I think he likes me. Don't take time to think out there, just fight!
Mark my words, Mad Dog is going to be our next champion. No one fights with more tenacity.
So little time, so...
you here to compete? Looks like everyone's too afraid to sign up for the next match. If the crows find a leader, the tournament can start up again. Where are you from? People of all races come here from all around to participate and watch people fight for their lives. I'm here all the time. Where else on Armorlore do you safely get to see Jotun take a man's head off? He was an even better fighter than his son. Everyone says if old age hadn't gotten to him, he'd still be champ. Helga's a regular at the Den, whenever she's not signed up for a match, so I try to be there when I can. I don't have much to say to gamblers like Jokul, though. Even less when it comes to fate weaving. I don't trust that Franz Engelhardt. Be seeing you then.
Get lost. If I choose to speak to you, it'll be in a match. It'll be the last thing you'll ever hear. If you're a gambler, I'm your best bet. If you're a gladiator, I'll gut you. You're standing in it. We're the best team that ever was, that ever will be.
To see what the next match will bring. Come back a little later, yes? I'm preparing commentary here. It's tougher than it sounds. Should try shouting over the din of the crowd all day long. Welcome, stranger. I'm the arena manager and announcer extraordinaire. I also spread word of the gladiators. Remember Ivan the Invincible, the Dragon, or Lotus Killer? No? Well, granted it might be because they're dead. But they had a huge success at the time, and that's all thanks to me. I adore the place. Wouldn't have worked otherwise. And where else can one find such bone-shattering entertainment, eh? Can't wait to see what the next match will bring.
Yes, what do you want? I'm a mage. I don't have some grand arena strategy to hide. My magic will tear my opponents apart, whether they know about it or not. My magic's not like that of those academics at the Scholia Arcana. We use the same tools, but our philosophies differ. I don't question why a conjured flame burns more than the soldier ponders the workings of a sword. I am warrior born. Flames are my blade, frost my shield. The House of Valor is as grand as the quality of its best fighters, and people travel from as far away as Dalentarth to watch the matches. We've been the reigning tournament champions for the last 9 years straight. We're not going to lose any time soon.
Welcome. Are you here to compete?
You'll need a killer instinct if you...
Hey there, stranger. You look like you've seen some combat. Care to take a look? Look at the highest quality armor this side of Tatir.
Are the circle.
He only needed one name, the Carver, like the wind, or the lightning, or the dawn. With his presence, a new age began. The kings of the south stood. They were the lords of the desert sea.
know for certain how the lark...
Mortals are too fragile for these lands, but you seem resilient.
When the armies of Own subsided, the Seelie returned to the land, and the House of Valor was forever changed. The conflict of the cycle waned, and the Fae now embodied the peace of sleep. Engard no longer fought, and was without purpose. The great cycle turned through the ages. Seasons passed. A mortal defeated the champion of Valor. His name was Heroth Magnus.
bring... A horde of Fae is blocking the road towards the Canyon Hill mine.
Looks like I'm in luck. Didn't expect to see so heavily armed an adventurer wandering into our camp. Are you interested in a job? I've got a Fae beast situation I need taken care of. Excellent. A pack of wild Fae have holed up at the Canyon Hill site at the top of the ledge. I've already dispatched a scholar to investigate, but he hasn't returned. You'll find him near the road towards the mine. I'll have more information for you there, but it isn't useful for much else. The coward refuses to go near the Fae. Get to the site and figure out why those blasted things have come out of the mine, and then get rid of them. Speak to the scholar when the deed is done. He'll pay you. Oh, where are my manners? Foreman Vire at your service. This here is Motus Mining's latest outfit, and my care and charge. They were our biggest competition, and they discovered this site, actually. When we caught wind of it, we made sure to get up here with a bag of gold for each of his workers. So they promised to work for us instead, of course. Work like a charm. Poor Edgar had never found a way to recover from that. There's no one else to run his mine. He probably couldn't find the money to pay them even if he found new staff. If I sound proud of us, it's 'cause I am. It was a big victory for Motus. He's a weak-eyed, knock-kneed, biscuit-biting excuse for a scholar. But he's the one I've got, so that's that. I've seen some strange things. Flickers and flashes from the top of that mountain. No idea what causes it, and I don't want none. We've got our hands full down here as it is. I've received reports of strange happenings in those caverns. One of the workers claimed he saw horrifically scarred men wandering near Saltwell Mouth. A forsaken, wretched wasteland with more beasts than grains of sand. Still, by the domes of Odessa, I'll not see this venture fail. If it weren't for the beast lurking at our doorstep every day, I'd find this place quaint. As it is, I can barely retain my sanity. Capstan Odvar runs an inn and serves as our chief of security. Our scholar, Incer, ought to be at the Canyon Hill site, getting to the bottom of this damn hold-up. He ought to be back already, telling me how he fixed it. If you do see him, give him a kick for me and tell him to get on with it. I've got miners just standing around not mining. They're cowards, the whole lot of them. They came scurrying back, complaining about the passage to Canyon Hill site, blocked by Fae. Now they won't go near the eastern ledge and me without a single Praetorian to deal with them. Good day.
A horde of Fae is blocking the road towards the Canyon Hill mine. The sun's something, isn't it?
There's no work here for you, stranger. Check with Motus if you're looking for a job. You'll not find one with us. I've spent a lot of time here in the Hollowlands, living off the soil and the wildlife. I thought I'd finally made a living for myself when I discovered the mineral deposits here. Not sure what I'll do now that Motus has stolen my workers, but I'll think of something. Motus will get theirs someday. I've lived in the Hollowlands for a time, seen lights and heard rumbles from the top that could have been the world's quietest storm, or very powerful magic. Mark my words, there's something happening up there. They call themselves a mining operation. They're more like a thieves' den. I was in the Hollowlands long before they ever set up shop. Once they got settled, they offered better wages to my workers. Every single one of them is working for Motus now. I couldn't compete with that kind of money. I had a small army of gnomes to help me with the mine. Spent a lot of money transporting them here and gave them a good living. And the miserable bastards had the gall to leave me for Motus.
Oh, I barely got away from all this fey on that hill.
The desert is...
You look well armed. Aren't you here about the Croddock? We have a vicious one on our hands. It's about the desert, killing any workers it can catch. How in blazes it developed a taste for gnome flesh, only that damn thing knows. Confound it! Between the Canyon Hill incident and that beast, our schedule's ground to a halt. They were the first mining operation here in the Hollowlands. Foreman by the name of Edgar Aaron. Rumor has it he spent every coin he had building his mine. When Motus moved in, they waved bags of gold in the faces of Aaron's workers. The next day, they all jumped ship. It's tragic, but it's business. Once word got out that Edgar Aaron had found this mineral-rich site, Motus rushed to get an operation set up here. I'm all the muscle they bothered to send. I'm the lone guard Motus hired to protect this place. They've given me a Chief of Security title, but that means nothing when I've got no men to command. Now we've got a Croddock that's more than a match for a small army. I know better than to go out there alone. No one knows what's at the top of Cloudcrest, but that don't stop folks speculating. I've heard the first Fae set foot in Armalor came from there. That'd explain why there are so many of them in Detir. I've heard bizarre tales about those caves. The workers swear they've seen ghastly men, ravaged by some plague or foul magic, pacing round the entrances. We don't know where it got a taste for the gnome miners, but it's been terrorizing the Dunehead mine. Motus is offering a considerable bounty for its demise. Know it as well as my own calloused hand. That's why they pay me good gold to sit here. You won't find much on the surface here, but trapped below is the salvation of Odessa's future. We've the raw materials under our feet to equip entire armies, and that's why you'll find Motus mining and, such as it is, Aaron excavations digging here. I've heard the rumors. They might be saints or bastards, but they've coin to spare, and that's enough for me. We don't have separate rooms, but we've got beds upstairs. It'll cost you, though. We're the closest thing to an inn for leagues around us. Are you enjoying your stay? Those beds aren't luxurious, but they're better than sleeping on the ground. Canyon Hill is up the eastern ledge. That's the one that spooked the miners. The Dunehead operation's hardly begun thanks to a vicious Croddock. You got the picture. Don't know how the damned old thing got a taste for him, but once it gets an idea, there's no stopping it. We've put a price on its hide, but who'd be crazy enough to earn it? Well, you sure? All right, it's your funeral. You should speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron Excavations. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. Edgar's lived in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. He's the foreman of the other mine here. He knows a thing or two about the Hollowlands. Been surveying this place long before Motus moved in. He ran Aaron Excavations until Motus hired his workers out from under him. It's tough, but that's business. I'm not sure what he's up to these days, but he hasn't left. Aaron Excavations? They're the other mining operation in the Hollowlands. Motus's only competition. Not particularly stiff competition, mind you. Especially since Motus wooed all of Aaron's miners with much higher wages. Speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron's Excavations. He's been in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. I'll warn you, though, Edgar's bitter about Motus luring away his workers away with higher wages. He probably finds the situation ironic now that Bloodbane is attacking Dunehead Mine. You look like you can take care of yourself, but you should be careful out there.